Hello, this is Broly SS God, and I'm back with another video. This video, I want to talk about something about Sony and also the physical disc thing. Okay, to me, in my opinion, I feel like Sony is doing this to punish America. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know they're doing it everywhere, but at the same time, it feels almost like as if they're doing this to punish us because, for one, when Jim Ryan was in there, I heard that he pretty much canceled Japan studios there because I guess because they wasn't selling no games there. They wasn't selling consoles there. So I don't blame them, man. I would have canceled over there too. You know what I'm saying? Like I would have had less pushing in Japan and more pushes in other places actually buying your consoles. Now keep this in mind. When Sony came back, you know they started talking about Japan, right? They want to push more into Japan, right? So they lowered the prices there, but kept the prices sky high here in America. Come on, man. Think about that. They're gonna lower the prices there because they want to sell more consoles, but yeah, it didn't even move an inch. The console still didn't sell well even at a lower price, right? So why not just reverse it and bring it here in America and lower the prices here and keep it high in Japan? Because since they're not going to buy it any daggone way, what's the daggone point? You see what I'm saying? But this is, I know that's their home turf and everything. I understand that, but at the same time as this, you got to go where the money is, and in America and other places as well, that actually buy your consoles, you need to lower the prices here. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna tell y'all something else. I know about getting into politics. I won't be surprised if Sony themselves and also Microsoft, pretty much voted for Trump. They wanted this crap to happen. They love this crap, man. For the tariffs and everything, and market prices and chips and everything skyrocketing and all that stuff. They wanted this to happen. So that way they can have an excuse. Well, market conditions, tariffs and this and that, and yeah, all this started because of what Trump came into office, and well, the tariffs skyrocket, all the everything sky high, and I think they probably there was part of the problem as far as voting them in there. You know what I mean? So that's another thing I feel too. Another thing too is, like I said, back to the Japan thing. Like, yeah, we're being punished. 'Cause look, think about this. Japan pretty much play mostly. I guess it's Japan or is it like China, one of the two. They're mostly on PC anyway. They don't care about uh, physical copies like that. So they want to treat the rest of the world like China and Japan. No physical. You see what I'm saying? Because I don't trust that 85% crap, bro. I just don't trust it. I don't. And like I said, I think and another thing too, for the digital people, y'all should be terrified of this. Even though y'all got a digital console, after seeing what happened with Sony's movies being deleted out of the libraries of people's consoles, that's not the only thing that can delete other consoles, right? It also could be pretty much your what do you call it? Your games as well, not just a console. Y'all do understand that, right? So I don't know why y'all sit here talking about, well, this is the future. This is the way to go. I don't like physical. How you gonna like it when your digital library from time and time one of your games get deleted out of your library that you purchased with your own hard earned cash, your hard earned money that you paid for your game. How you gonna feel then? When you see your favorite game get shut down and something happened with the game that's so bad that they had to delete the game. Oh, yeah, forget the game or the developers. Licensing. There you go. That's what I want to say. Licensing. What happens when licensing runs out? Then what you gonna say? Well, at least I played it, and you rented the game. Then they're making our systems Game Pass. If you think about it, the system itself is gonna be Game Pass. If you, bro, this is sad. The system will become Game Pass itself. You know what I'm saying? You're not trying for free though. You're paying for games to be rented full price, $69.99 and up to a game that has a limitless time temporarily. I have a physical PS5. I didn't buy a digital console because I never trust anything digital. I'll buy it, but I never thought about it being the digital being stolen out of it like that though. When I first got my PS5, I just like the fact that I could have physical copies, and I always thought that the digital would be always mine forever. I didn't know that they could actually take your your uh your digital library out of your library like that until you know sometime like early last year or year before that or something like that, whatever, right? But ever since then, I started buying more and more physical. Not as much as I should, but I have been buying physical copies though. I got Batman Lego. I got the pre-order the Marvel Tulcon. I'm about to pre-order Wolverine. Um, yeah. I also bought God of War Ragnarok physical. I got Stellar Blade physical. I didn't buy Ghost of Yotei. It's like they expect you to buy every single game physical. Some games they just skip because I don't want to buy them. I don't like the fact I didn't like Ghost of Yotei. I ain't barely even like Ghost of Tsushima. So I skipped Ghost of Yotei. And then on top of that, they're giving us less games to play per year. I bought Horizon Forbidden West digitally, because when I bought the physical copy for PS4, it was messing up real bad. I didn't trust the game itself anymore. I didn't trust their CDs going into my console because it was freezing up on me, and it was like spitting itself out on my PS4. So I said to myself, well, from now on, I started buying the digital version of Horizon because I didn't like what it did to my PS4. It was the only game that did that crap, spitting itself out the disk drive, the disk tray. So yeah. But I do by share my part in buying physical copies. You know what I'm saying? Like it might not be all of Sony's first party games, but I do buy, third party and second party games as well that's physical. You know what I'm saying? It's just sad, bro. And like I said, we do have the power to fight this. Don't let nobody sit there and make it seem like you're powerless, that we don't have no kind of like say so or the power to say no, it ain't happening. And you know what? If you had to, don't buy the PS6. You know what? And I was one of the biggest PS6 pushers to say I want a PS6. I made so many videos saying I want a PS6. I still do, but after hearing this and making it the PS6 want to be, might just be a digital only PS6, then I don't probably don't want to buy it. You know what I mean? Like, because all you want us to do is buy a library of games that's on your console that you can just control whatever you want and keep those prices of those games high as I don't know what. And that's how they sucker you in. They could be having games on sale for $3 or $4, $5, $6, $1.99. Of course, people gonna buy that stuff. I mean, you got it for dirt cheap in there. But they like little no-name games though. The games you wouldn't even think about buying at full price, but you can get them on sale. Or older games as well. Like you got classic games like Neo Geo. You know what I'm saying? So that's in there as well. So people like to go to old games like that and play them for a dirt cheap price. You feel me? So like they probably using that as well. 'Cause that's like saying, well, 85% is gonna be digital or physical. Nigga, y'all got you have games up there that you can't find nowhere else, then of course people gonna sit there and buy it digitally. We can't get it in the stores no more. So that makes sense too. But I still don't believe it's 85%. I don't believe that number, bro. They got it so far up there, so like you can't like really have a talking point of saying nah, it's not real, it's not right because they want to be like it's justified. Like 85% justifies us doing this. You know what I'm saying? Like, what can you say? If you're a small majority, to me, they're liars. They are liars, bro. And like I said, when Tim Ryan shut down the studios in Japan, I totally agree. He should have did that shit. They want to sell there then, and they ain't selling there now. And they gonna sit there and lower the prices of Japan's consoles, but got us high as hell. raise up the price of $900 to $650, and so on and so on. Whatever, man. I'm not with it at all. Anyway, guys, this is a little short rant. I just wanted to tell how I feel about how certain things with Sony and how I feel like they're pretty much trying to make all the world like China and Japan. This digital only, and we're supposed to love it. Hiroki the Toki. I've been saying this for the longest time, right? He always want to. He just seems like the kind of guy that just want to do everything dirt cheap anyway to save money. That's what he's doing right now. When you go to those studios and he's lowering the prices of the games being developed, which is I understand that part. Yeah, they're lowering the price of games being developed, right? But it's getting to the point now that he's overdoing it when it comes to physical copies. But anyway, guys, that's my little rant. But guess what though? This is all Jim Ryan's fault. Keep that in mind. It's all Jim Ryan. You know I'm being sarcastic, but it's all Jim Ryan. Haruki the Toki and Ishino Brown had nothing to do with it. Nothing, nothing. It's all America. All America idea. Even though there was the main ones, there was, what's funny? It's like, besides, I guess Shuhei Yoshida was having a little thing going on here and there as far as like, trying to keep the console alive till he started going the PC route. Because remember, that was his idea for PC route. Ever since that happened with PC route, man, Sony's been nosediving. And after Jim Ryan life, they really nosedived. They really been nosediving. Canceling games that we might have wanted to play, as far as like Spider-Man or Multiverse, and the people try to blame Jim Ryan for uh canceling not Bungie but Bungie to try to cancel to try to blame Bungie for canceling what's the name of that game? Last of Us factions. Now, if you remember in the reports that Naughty Dog sit there and said, yeah, you know what, we don't want to do live service because we don't want to have that much put that much time into a live service game. We want to make different games. So how is that Bungie's fault when when Naughty Dog themselves sit there and said that it was them that said it. It was their idea not to put the game out. But yet blame Bungie, blame um Jim Ryan, blame Bungie. You know what I mean? But anyway, though, but it does seem a little weird that they did want to stop it at the last minute when it was almost done with the game. That does sound a little weird, though. But anyway, I don't know. Anyway, guys, that's the end of the video. Like, share, subscribe if you like the content. If you disagree, let me know in the comment section. And if you agree with me, let me know in the comment section as well. Let me know your thoughts. All right, this is Brother, this is God, signing out. Peace.